Right, we'll get started. Namaste everyone. Welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. As you know, my name is Ashutosh, and we meet every Sunday 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is time on the west coast of the US, which is the California region, and to learn about the Hindi language. For those of you who are new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University. You can also go to our website, which is hindiuniversity.org, and find out all the details about how you can join our Sunday classes and the several practice sessions we have throughout the week. I share a little bit of information on this slide for you in case if you're joining and taking a look at it for the very first time about HU. And as I mentioned, if you want to join the Sunday classes, all you need is the Zoom link. And with a little bit of a Wi-Fi connection, you should be able to join using this meeting ID, and you can join the Sunday classes. If you miss any of the previous sessions, you can watch the recording on YouTube. And Marwaji has been helping me with a lot of short these days, so you don't have to recap the entire hour-long video. You can watch it in just like 5 to 10 minutes. So there are shorter videos as well. I use this link to enroll students on WhatsApp as well, just to know that you're a legitimate user and learner. And once you do that, I'm going to onboard you onto the right platform that we have. Additional, some of the administrative things. As you know, this year we've been using two books. First one is the Pingu Learns Hindi, which is the book by Hindi University. It's for complete beginners. And the second book we are doing is the Primer of Modern Standard Hindi by Professor Michael Shapiro. Right now we are on chapter number 14 of the book. And if you missed any of the prior sessions, I still try to break down the concepts as much as I can. But it will require you to have some understanding of the some of the previous concepts. So be patient in case if something is hard, with repetition you should be able to catch up as well. And today we will be learning about a new topic called Paana. Okay, and it's a very interesting topic, unique to the Hindi language. And by the end of today's class, my goal is that you'll be able to learn a new Hindi verb, which is when it is used as an auxiliary verb, what impact it make on the sentences. Okay, so it will be a very good session, especially it can be considered a slightly intermediate and above topic as well, so you'll have fun learning it. Okay, what I want to do is before I jump into the topic, I want to tell you a short paragraph about it. So give me 1 minute and hopefully you can my screen, give me just 1 minute and one minute. My screen share somehow it's okay. 1 minute. I'll be. Hopefully it works. You guys can see my screen, right? Yes? Okay, wonderful. Right. So before I jump into the topic, I thought I'll give you a quick preliminary view of a short paragraph, okay, and see, if you can make sense of it. Right now we have not learned the topic, so I don't expect you to understand this one, but this is just a quick quiz, if you will, to see if you can read it. So I have it in both Devanagari on the left hand side and Romanagari on the right hand side. I want all of you to read it and at least see if you can make sense of it, even with the current understanding or knowledge of Hindi that you have. Okay, Michael ji, are you familiar with Pana?
Yeah.
You are? Okay, so I'm gonna come back to you later on since you already know about it. uh, let's see. Who else who is not familiar with Pana? Vlad, you are also familiar with Pana?
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar as
You
well.
familiar? Okay, okay, no worries. Uh, Josh, you are?
I am familiar with Paana.
Uh-huh. But as an
I just
auxiliary,
I just read the chapter.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
let's give it a try. Okay, let's give it a try. Why don't you read it and see if you can make sense of it?
Okay. Um, Kal vaha समय पारबास नहीं पकड़ पाई.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Something about the, the today, the time, and not.
Okay.
It's I don't know bas or pakad.
Bus is just like, oh, sorry. Okay, so this is, I should have written it as like a bus. BUS, like
Uh,
the bus that you take.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Uh, some not in time. I'm guessing not make the bus time.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Very good. Very good. Okay. Next one.
Okay. आज वह अपना होमवर्क पूरा नहीं कर पाया.
Mm-hmm.
आज वह अपना होमवर्क पूरा नहीं कर पाया. Your homework, अपना homework कर पाया, नहीं कर पाया, not finished.
Okay. Okay. Close. Okay.
Okay. कल रात हम सो नहीं पाई.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good. Good attempt.
I need some help.
I know. No, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's what we will be doing. I know your name, Bhatia ji. I'm just gonna call you. You want to read the last two?
It's Kevin.
Kevin. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
my wife.
Yeah. I
Uh,
figured.
so पिछले हफ्ते बच्चे टीवी देख नहीं पाए.
Uh-huh.
I'm not familiar with this, but
Okay.
it seems so. They're saying something about for weeks children did not watch TV, something like that.
Okay.
Or
Okay. Okay.
cannot watch TV for some type of time frame within weeks.
Okay. Okay. Last one.
Uh, आज सुबह में चाय बना नहीं पिया
Paya.
पाया.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm thinking of chai and pia. So
Okay.
so
Okay.
today this morning I could not make chai, something like that.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. All of you did a great job. Okay. So So you at least see something about inability or unable to do something, in a time frame, right? Something along those lines. Okay. Before I jump, this is a slightly nuanced topic. So before we jump right into the grammar, I want to start with the problem. What is it that we are trying to solve? Okay. So I'm gonna have two paragraphs shown to you. There will be sentences written, very similar sentences, left hand side and right hand side in two columns. I want all of you to read all the sentences and tell me what is the contrast, what is the difference between what you see in this column and what you see on this column. Okay, so I'm going to give everyone some time, and I'm going to ask you what is the subtle difference or the difference that you notice in the sentences. I can give you a head start. I couldn't see because my eyes were too tired. Or I couldn't see because the light went out. Right? So I want you to read it and come up with your own conclusion. What is happening in both the situations? Don't share the answers yet. Okay, hopefully you had a chance to read it. Mia, I'm gonna work with you on this one. What is the difference that you notice? Read the first three here and first three here. Read it as it is, and then we'll discuss. Okay, unmute. Yeah, read it. Read the first three sentences on both sides.
Okay. I couldn't see because my eyes were too tired, and then I couldn't see because the lights went off.
Okay, keep reading.
I couldn't eat because I was already full,
Mhm,
and I couldn't eat because the restaurant was closed.
mhm.
Um, couldn't play soccer because I hit my leg, and I couldn't play soccer because it was raining heavily.
I see. Wonderful. What is the difference that you notice, Mia, in these two sentences? Do you see any difference?
Um, the last three words are different
Which
because of
okay,
something.
okay. The reasoning is different, right? Anything that follows the because it's different. Okay. What is the difference that you notice?
mm, Like, uh, one is where the person is saying, my eyes are too tired,
Mm-hmm.
and the other reason is the lights went out. But if the lights went out, I guess you can't see.
Okay, okay, okay. Awesome, awesome. Solid observation. Okay, we'll keep going. Okay. Vlad, I want you to read the next two.
Okay. I couldn't call you because I lost my voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't call you because my phone battery died.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't catch the bus because I was too slow.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't catch the bus because it left early.
Okay. What do you notice in the so far? What is the pattern?
Okay, so in the column A, like the second part of the sentence, it's like I am the reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am I am active. I lost
Mm-hmm.
my voice. I was too slow. And in the column B, it's like the extra circumstances is the
Yeah.
reason. Yeah, like
Okay.
yeah. And the first column, the reason is like a person who is saying, and in the second column, like the reason is extra.
It's not the person,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah,
It's the light or the restaurant was closed or the rain. The person couldn't really control this, probably the light, or he couldn't really make the restaurant open, or he couldn't influence the rain, right?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Let's do one more. Okay, I'm gonna ask you, Kevin, because you helped me before. Read the last two also.
I couldn't study because I was too sleepy. And what? Okay, had to minimize you there. Sorry. I couldn't study because the neighbors were too loud.
Mm-hmm.
And then I couldn't finish the exam because I got nervous. And as well, I couldn't finish the exam because the time now.
Okay. Okay.
So it's
What do you
again
know?
both column A is something about yourself.
Okay.
Um, column B is something outside of your control.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so all these observations are correct. Okay, and it's very important before we jump into learning Pana that you see the subtle difference, and then it's not a subtle anymore, right? You see that on the first sentences, this we discussed, it's users, like the subject is unable to do so because of something with them. Okay, whether they're tired or they're slow or they lost their voice, right? But on the other side, it's the influence is outside the control of the subject or the user who's speaking the sentence. Okay, so this was the one thought exercise. It's very important that you remember this one. Now I'm going to do what I typically do is show the same thing, how other languages interpret these concepts. In English, if you notice it, okay, in both the cases, we are using the same sentence structure, same grammatical concepts. Okay, now let's see how other international, the more commonly or the sort of the widely spoken languages, they review this same concept. Again, I want you to read it, come up with your own conclusion, and then right after that, I promise you we'll jump into the grammar of it. But it's very important that you come up with your own conclusion. So I'm going to give you some time. Okay, Sebastian ji, I'm going to ask you, help me with the first two.
Sorry, you said my name?
Yeah, just read. Yeah, Sebastian, yes. Read both the sides.
Okay, so English, so the examples, right? I couldn't
Example.
study. Okay, I couldn't study. I was too tired. I couldn't study. It was too noisy outside.
Okay.
Okay. And then in Spanish, no pude estudiar porque estaba cansado. I was tired. Y no pude estudiar porque había mucho ruido. It was noisy.
Okay. The sentence is same. Okay. French. Who would like to help me with French?
I can do it.
Okay, go for it.
Je n'ai pas pu finir parce que j'étais fatigué. Je n'ai pas pu finir parce qu'il y avait une panne de courant.
Okay. More or less to me it sounds exactly same, regardless of whether it is internal or external. Let's see. German.
I can do that.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, ich konnte nicht arbeiten, weil ich müde war. I could not work because I was tired. Ich konnte nicht arbeiten, weil der Sturm ausgefallen ist. I could not work because the power was out.
Okay. Why don't you do the last also, JDG?
Me pardon, he sakta. Saka. And me pardon, he paya.
Okay, wonderful. If you just take this data set, the set of languages that I wrote it down, again, what conclusion can you, or at least the high level conclusion you can draw from this one, JDG?
Well, almost all the other languages make no grammatical distinctions.
Wonderful. But there is, what difference do you notice in Hindi?
Well, they're using sakna instead of Paana.
Okay. When?
Oh, when the example is determined by the person's ability, then it's sakna. If it's determined by external forces, even though they wanted to do it, they couldn't.
Okay. Awesome. This is excellent. Okay, so we came up with two conclusions, right? That we have so far, with the help of these two thought exercises, we have two conclusions. The first one is user is unable to do something. It can be something to do with the user, or it can be with the external influences. Okay, that's number one thing. The number two is almost all the widely spoken international languages, you see no difference whether it is users' inability to do so or whether it is external influences. You use the same grammatical structure. But something makes Hindi unique or different or slightly challenging, that it also looks at not the task, but how it is done, or not whether the task is done, but how it is done. Okay, and as a result of it, when a user is unable to do something, okay, it will also look at whether it is due to the inability of the user or whether it is external influences. So the verb that you end up using in the first one, you have the main verb काम, or you had, which is like, say, I was unable to see, so you have a dekhna with used with another auxiliary verb, and in the second case you have a dekhna used with, here we were using with sakna, and in the second case we were using it with pana. Both of these are your auxiliary verb which is using or helping the first verb. Okay, I was unable to see, or I couldn't manage to see, or I couldn't see. If it is something to do with me, I will use sakna. If it is something to do with outside forces, whether it was dark or the lights went out, you are using pana. I'm going to take a pause. Typically, when you're reading the grammar book, they'll just tell you that that's how it is. So it's very important you come up with this conclusion intellectually yourself. So I'm going to take a pause and ask you guys if you have any questions.
I have one question. Is there a default if you don't know which it is?
So if you don't know what it is, what will you default to? Is that the question?
Yes, yes. Would you use sakna if you didn't know if it was your fault or an external force?
Uh-huh.
Would you just default to sakna?
That's right. For the most cases, even if you ask native Hindi speakers, they would not know when to use sakna as an auxiliary verb, when to use pana. There is no concept of internal or external, unless they get into the nuanced situations where they will by default go to pana. To answer your question, most of the cases you will go to sakna as an auxiliary verb. But in some specific cases, for example, they're visiting a doctor and they're like, Doctor Saab, aaj main chal nahi pa raha hu. I am unable to walk. Okay? Or main dekh nahi pa raha hu. It doesn't mean they cannot see it, they can see it, but due to things outside their control, they are unable to see or walk or unable to run because something has happened probably. Yeah? Yes, Kevin?
And it's conjugated the same way, it sounds like. So
Yes, that's right. We will right after this, once we know the difference, we will learn about, we'll do whiteboard session on how to conjugate it, how to come up with the sentences.
okay.
Yeah, wonderful. Anyone else? Everybody is good with the reasoning?
I
Yeah?
have a question I should do. So you don't have to explain why you couldn't do
That's
the
right.
thing. That's the complete sentence is just
That's
ending
an
with Paana. Okay.
That's an excellent question. That's an excellent question. Like in English, when you are saying I couldn't eat, you don't explain it. People, even if you don't have the second half of the sentence, you just say I couldn't eat. Language doesn't even sort of concern about whether it is something to do with you or outside. Unless you say I can't eat or I can't read. That's when sometime it could be like you cannot read. Is it something because you've not learned the reading, you're too little, or is it something something has happened to you? But by and large the language doesn't go into it. But in Hindi, when you say मैं देख नहीं पाया or देख नहीं सका, people will infer from it. When the users are saying मैं देख नहीं पाया, maybe it's outside you. You couldn't even control the situation. Okay? Or मैं देख नहीं सका, it's something, it's something to do with your, with you basically. Right? So you will infer from that sentence.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, my brain goes to like someone making an excuse as to why they couldn't do something, and they might try to divert the blame to an outside force.
It's very normal, and
Yeah.
Hindi, for the most part, a lot of native speakers will just use them interchangeably. Okay, so don't read too much into it, because you know more about grammar than almost a lot of the native speakers, because you're learning from a different approach, right? So they will mix it up for sure. Yeah, right. Hopefully everyone is good on that. So I'm going to share my screen again, and right after that we'll do some whiteboarding session. So I have some reasoning here, and this is just like for you to, when you're revising it again, when the block is inside the subject, you will use sakna as an auxiliary verb. When the block is outside the subject, you use pana as an auxiliary verb. Okay, block could be your inability or limit or condition of a person, and in this case block could be the circumstances, the obstacles, the external conditions. Okay, sakna, the block could be that you're too tired, you're too nervous, you don't understand it fully well, or the block could be the bad weather or electricity or traffic jam, or whatever it could be. Yeah. You may know Hindi, how to read Devanagari, but the block could be that you cannot read it right now because the letters are too small. Okay, or it could be like मैं हिंदी नहीं पढ़ सकता. It's because you do not know the script, so you will have to read the Romanagari. Okay, so I hope everything is clear so far. Now we'll jump into the whiteboarding of very basic sentences, and then after that we'll do the slightly more intermediate one. So pana in general can be used both as a main verb or as an auxiliary verb. Okay, so right now we will be using it as a sort of like your auxiliary. When you say auxiliary verb, you already have like a main verb here, such as like jana, and after that you are using along with pana. When you use it with the main verb, what happens is you remove this and you are left with ja pana. Okay, you have dekhna, you use it with pana. Dekhna is to watch or is to see. Just like this, it becomes dekh pana. Okay, dekh pana. Okay, to manage to. So this is to manage to go. To manage to go, or to be able to go, or to manage to see. Okay, it will make more sense when we make the sentences, but as long as you're comfortable with the conjugation. Okay, pakadna is to catch, like as in to catch a bus is bus pakadna. When you used it with pana, it's basically you remove the na and you are left with pakad pana. Pakad pana. Okay, I'm going to ask some of you to think about any verb, any main verb or action verb, and write it down in the comments. What will happen to it when you add pana to it? So I'm going to ask all of you to please do that, so I just get an understanding whether you're all following it so far or not. You can use the Zoom comment or you can use the Facebook comment to work on it. Okay, bacha pana, beautiful. Bacha pana, bol pana, wonderful. Seekh pana, wonderful. Likh pana, Hindi mein likh pana. Soch pana. Le pana, okay. Okay, Kevin, chal pana, okay, wonderful. Same thing, Marwaji, chal pana. Karwa pana. Okay, I'm getting some complicated as well. Wonderful.
I wrote Chala Paana.
Chala Paana. Beautiful, beautiful. Chala Paana. Malgor Zatazi, you want to try it out?
Bolpana we had already, right?
Okay, yes, well, it's okay. Yeah, go for it. You okay? You wrote okay. You want to stick with Bolpana? That's completely fine. Anyone
How
else?
about the Vailana Pana to manage to take medication?
Dawai le pana. Beautiful, beautiful. Dawai le pana or dawa le pana. Wonderful. Right? So good to see everyone's participation here. Now we will use we'll start with using, because in the previous class we used the sakna, the conjugation, as Kevin mentioned, is almost similar as the previous one. Okay, so I want to, and most of the time when you use pana as an auxiliary verb, you use a lot of the sentences in the negative scenarios, like you could not do something, or you were unable to do something. Almost a lot of cases will be in your negative sentences. So if you want to say I was unable to let's say to do anything, or I could not do whatever the action is. So if my sentence is simply I was unable to catch the bus, and because it's past, what you will happen is you will take the main verb. I'm going to just use to catch, is pakadna plus pana. When it is used, you remove the na and you will end up using or conjugating pana as paya, pai, or pae. For plural, there will be nasalized sound, but for masculine singular is paya, feminine singular pai, feminine plural the nasalized sound, and masculine plural pae. Okay, so if I was unable to catch the train or bus, मैं बस पकड़ नहीं पाया. Okay, and if Malguratsa ji is saying it, मैं बस नहीं पकड़ पाई. Okay, if with a group of us we were not able to catch the bus, हम बस नहीं पकड़ पाए. Okay, so far good. I want you to now take the action verb that you wrote and try to replace the sentence with that. Okay, so let's say Michael ji said bachana. Bachana is to save. Okay, to save. मैं बचा नहीं पाया or मैं बचा नहीं पाई. Now it could be referring to something, right? I mean, so that you were unable to save. Okay, same thing JDG. मैं बोल नहीं पाया. Okay, I was unable to speak. Okay, there was a lot of noise. Okay, same thing Josh. You want to take your sentence, Sona?
Yes, मैं सो नहीं पाया.
मैं सो नहीं पाया. Okay, what does it mean?
I could not sleep.
Okay, because
I don't know. I just couldn't sleep.
lot of noise.
Yeah.
And it is possible, right? It's external. So because you don't know, it's nothing to do with you. It's external, forces.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So far good. Sebastian ji, you want to share a sentence? Okay, no worries. Mia, you want to try it out?
मैं clear नहीं पाई.
वापस 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 बोलो.
मैं खेल नहीं पाई.
I'm having, okay, you maybe write it down as well, so at least I can follow it. मैं, and while you're writing it, Vlad wrote, मैं कल हिंदी सीख नहीं पाया, okay? और rather than कल, मैं हिंदी सीख नहीं पाया, okay? मैं, okay, जा नहीं पाई, that's what Nicole ji is saying. मैं सांस, okay, मैं सांस नहीं ले पाया, okay? Because there was so much smoke, it could be the reason that you couldn't breathe. Okay, Mia, you wrote it down. I see. मैं खेल नहीं पाई. I was unable to play. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, I'll take one more. Meena ji.
मैं नाच नहीं पाई.
Okay, I was unable to dance. Okay, wonderful. Okay, Anong. Okay, and Kevin wrote, मैं हिंदी पढ़ नहीं पाया. I was unable to read Hindi. Okay, so this is all we are using with the subject me. How does the conjugation work with the other pronouns? So that's what I have the small exercise again, and feel free to use the same one. You know, the same the verb that I have, or you can change it. But you should be able to practice all the different pronouns here and how they're used with the main verb, where I remove the na for all of them. Okay, and you're left with just the auxiliary one in the negative sentence, right? So it could be tum soch nahi paye, masculine singular. Tum soch nahi pai, right? So for all the respective pronouns, you will have pronouns on the first column. This is just the base stem of the main verb. Bol, soch, dekh, sun, gum, ga, and lik. When you are saying it for yourself, masculine singular, nahi paya. For feminine singular, nahi pai. Okay, so this is just a small table for you to practice with. I want to spend like at least a few minutes here just so that you guys can all be comfortable on this one. You know, Ronji, you want to read a few of them and see if it makes sense?
मैं बोल नहीं पाया. तुम सोच नहीं पाए. वह देख नहीं पाया. हम गुम नहीं पाए.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Let's read some more. Sri Ramji, I want you to read it out.
Yeah. From the beginning?
In any order. This is just for you to get into the sort of habit. Yeah.
Okay. मैं बोल नहीं पाया. तुम सोच नहीं पाए. तू देख नहीं पाया. वह सुन नहीं पाए. हम.
Okay, so no, wait, one more time. This one. Which one did you read? Just last one. वह.
Yeah, वह सुन नहीं पाया.
Beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, great job there. Okay, let's see, Sharanji, I want you to read out a few of them and feel free to change the verb.
Okay. मैं छत नहीं पाई. तुम गुम नहीं पाए. तू सुन नहीं पाया और पाई वह यह देख नहीं पाया और पाई हम लिख नहीं पाए और पाई and then अपन वे ये देख नहीं पाए पाई.
Beautiful, beautiful. Deborah ji, you want to read a few? Okay, and if you need more time, that's totally fine. Anong ji?
đã hindi 4 นาทีไป ตุ้มโสดนาทีไป tú เด็กนาทีไปวะซุนนาทีไปยา
Beautiful.
ทำกะนาทีไปอัฟลิกนาทีไป
Okay,
เวบนนาทีไป
wonderful, awesome, great job. Any questions so far? Anyone?
I have a question.
Yes.
If I read this and what we read last week, it's actually the same sentence. Only the difference is that when you see Paana, the reason why you couldn't do it is outside, and otherwise it's inside.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So it's actually the same sentence, and only Paana explains where it comes from.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Okay, but then I have another question. Is then the present indefinite the same as sakna?
That's right.
It's exactly the same.
We will do that as well. So something that you generally are unable to do so because it's something to do with you or externally. Like something like, let's say generally you are unable to walk because of something outside your control. Okay, let's say you're visiting a doctor. One is you want to say it in present continuous that मैं चल नहीं पा रहा हूँ. मैं चल नहीं पा रहा हूँ. I'm telling to the doctor I'm unable to walk these days. Oh, you want to say it in continuous. Okay, one if you want to use it as a habit or sort of like a general thing, मैं चल नहीं पाता हूँ. Okay, मैं सुबह in the mornings I am unable to walk. मैं सुबह चल नहीं पाता हूँ. Okay, I think that's what you're trying to ask, like how do you conjugate in the present indefinite tense the second part. Chal, this part is correct. You only remove the na and you're left with the base term. You are worried about in the past you use paya, pai, pae. How will you conjugate it in other tenses, whether it is indefinite or in the future?
If it's exactly the same as sakta.
That's right. That's right. And we will the exercise that I'm going to be showing you shortly will be in the past, in the future, and present, right? So you
okay.
will...
Am I allowed to one more question?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Because last week you said when we went to the past time from sakta, you went straight to मैं हिंदी नहीं सका.
मैं हिंदी
नहीं सका.
Okay. So I directly went from sakna to saka, or what say one, ask your sentence.
No, you went straight to the past time.
Yes.
But how do you say I could speak Hindi?
I could speak Hindi.
Yes.
मैं हिंदी बोल सका.
Hindi बोल सका.
Yeah, you will not use nahi there. मैं हिंदी बोल सका. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I just like मैं बस पकड़ सका, पाया और बस पकड़ सका. Okay. मैं बोल सका, मैं सुन सका. Right. I was sitting closer to the stage, so I could hear him. मैं सुन सका. Okay.
Yeah.
I could understand. मैं समझ सका.
Ashini,
Okay.
are you saying Saka or are you saying Sakta?
You can use both, right? I can hear you, or I'm able to understand you. You can use both, right? मैं सुन सकता हूँ, मैं समझ सकता हूँ, versus in the past tense where I could understand what the person was talking. Right?
Thank
Yes,
you.
Kevin. Yeah.
Is this typically used in the negative?
That's right.
So
Almost, yeah.
almost always?
Yes, majority of the sentences you will come across for both where sakna and pana are used as an auxiliary verb. Majority of them will be negative sentences.
Okay.
Yeah, wonderful.
I'm just
Answer?
curious. I'm sure you're going to tell us, but like what it would look like in the
Positive?
yeah. So
Yeah, I will do so. I will definitely do so. Yes, Malgoratsaji.
So I have a quick question. So do native speakers actually use it as an indication of like what the reasoning was? You know, when they say,
No.
for example, I'm sorry I couldn't be here on time. When they would they then distinguish that, and from that we can read whether they just, you know,
Most of the
overslept.
time, even to me as a teacher, it dawned on me quite late in my teaching journey that has to do with internal and external. And most of the native speakers, they would not know why they're using pana as an auxiliary or sakna as an auxiliary. You just have to infer from it, and they will use it interchangeably also because it just comes naturally, right? So only in like very specific cases when they are saying pana, that definitely means, because it's coming naturally from them, it definitely means it's beyond their control. Otherwise, as I said, they will rely on the sakna as a default option, even where they should be using pana. Yeah. I think Nicole ji, you were raising your hand, right? Nicole ji, you had a question or good? Wonderful. Any more questions before we jump to the exercises? Right. I want to spend some time on the exercises, so let's go. Hopefully, we took some time to build the base, so hopefully it should be easier to do the exercise, and we'll probably just do some sentences, and I'm going to give you the remaining for homework. Okay, now this is written in the past tense, and it says because of illness. Okay, it's not in your control probably. She was unable to work. Okay, so and this is like really, I took it from Usha Jain book. She's pretty good. Usha Jain, like she used to be a professor at UC Berkeley. Amazing Hindi professor, right? The book she has. So because of illness, you would write it as, who would like to help me? Because of illness.
बीमारी की वजह से.
Yeah, very good. Because
Bimari
of
ke karan.
beautiful, right? So illness is bimari. Of is K, and because is karan, or वजह से, either way is correct. So बीमारी के कारण, okay, this is gonna be same, बीमारी के कारण. You don't have to give the reason because you have but you have a reason here. बीमारी के कारण she was unable to work. To work is काम करना, and here the subject is unable to do something. So you will end up using, with the main verb, you will end up using pana, and you remove the na, and basically you left with काम कर pana. And because it's past tense, you remove the na for feminine singular, काम कर पाई. And because it's negative, बीमारी के कारण वह काम नहीं कर पाई. Okay, बीमारी के कारण वह काम नहीं कर पाई. The question last time was about the placement of nahi. If the nahi comes before the main verb or after the main verb, right? The base tense that you have, like where does it come? Hindi is flexible there. Okay, you will see. You can check all the textbooks, all the papers. It is, for the majority of the time, Hindi speakers will just put the placement in both the cases. But it really comes down to what are you trying to emphasize. मैं नहीं कर पाया is emphasizing मैं. Maybe Josh is able to do it. Okay, but if I'm putting it right after, like, मैं नहीं, if it is coming, before the main verb, okay, मैं कर नहीं पाया versus it's focusing on the verb. मैं खा नहीं पाया but मैं पी पाया. I didn't have enough time, I couldn't eat it, but I managed to drink something. Okay, so I'm going to give you more examples of it, but the nahi placement right now, if it is bothering you, you can place it anywhere. So again, coming back to it, because of illness, बीमारी के कारण वह काम नहीं कर पाई. So this exercise is really, I want you to forget about this one. Just keep this one same. बीमारी के कारण she was unable to sleep. And Bill, it would be she was unable to sleep. Unmute yourself.
वह नहीं
So beautiful.
सो पाई.
Beautiful. वो सो नहीं पाई. Because to sleep is sona. Beautiful. To sleep is sona. She was unable to go to class. Malguratsa ji, I'm going to ask you this one. She was unable to go to class.
बीमारी के कारण वह क्लास जा नहीं पाई.
Beautiful. वो क्लास नहीं जा पाई. Beautiful. Okay. Mia, I'm going to ask. Yes.
अगर मैंने क्लास कक्षा सकते हैं कक्षा.
Yes.
Kaksha is the same of class, right?
Yes. So can I use kaksha for a class? Yes, you can do that. And that's the Hindi word. Wonderful. Okay. Mia, you want to do the next one?
वह चल नहीं पाई.
Okay. बीमारी के कारण वो चल नहीं पाई. Okay. Michael ji, you do the next one.
बीमारी के कारण वह पार नहीं पाई.
Beautiful. Okay. Meena ji, next one. And if you need more time, that's totally fine. JD ji.
Vaha kale nahi pai.
Okay. Sharan ji.
बीमारी की, is it की or के कारण?
के कारण.
Okay. बीमारी के कारण वो खाना पकाना नहीं पाई.
Okay.
खाना पका नहीं पाई.
Beautiful. वो खाना पका नहीं पाई.
Almost. I had a question. For the one where we use kasha for class, would it be just kasha or kasha may?
She was unable to go to the class. What were you saying before?
Would you say just kasha or kasha may?
It's implied. So even if you say वो class नहीं जा पाई और कक्षा, generally when you're saying it kaksha, you will end up using the postposition may.
Yeah, that was my question. Thank you.
Yeah. Right. Now we'll make it harder. The subject is still the same. It's the feminine singular. Just the tense is changing. So this is in case if you want to validate your answers, this will be this one. Now, she will be unable to work. So this is something you, let's say situation, let's say you are in an office situation and you would want to tell your manager or whoever that, or colleagues also, right? I mean that because of the sickness, I will not be able to do something. It's beyond my control. Okay. I will not be able to attend your wedding. It's nothing to do with me. It's beyond my control, like whatever the scheduling would be. मैं नहीं आ पाऊंगा और मैं attend नहीं कर पाऊंगा. Right? This is a very good one sentence because we come across it all the time where we have to tell someone that I will not be able to do something. So just remember this one, right? Right. So I'm gonna again ask you guys to take a moment, think about it. Same sentence. बीमारी के कारण she will be unable to work. वह काम नहीं कर पाएगी. Ronji, because you asked the question, I'm gonna ask you the first one. You're the lucky one. She will be unable to sleep.
They can't because of illness. That is बीमारी के कारण वह सो नहीं कर पाएगी.
सो नहीं
पाएगी.
Beautiful. सो नहीं पाएगी. Yeah, wonderful. Kevin?
सो नहीं पाएगी.
बीमार के कारण वो क्लास नहीं जा पाएगी.
Beautiful. Do the one more.
बीमारी के कारण वो चल नहीं पाएगी.
Beautiful. Okay. Let's do. Let's try. If I can have Minaji, if you're there, you can do the next one. She will be unable to study.
One moment. Unable to study, is it? बीमारी के कारण वह पढ़ा नहीं पाई.
पढ़ नहीं पाएगी. Beautiful.
पढ़ नहीं पाई.
Okay. Do one more.
बीमारी के कारण वह खाना नहीं बना पाई.
खाना नहीं बना पाएगी. Okay. Wonderful. I will finish this one. She'll be unable to play. वो खेल नहीं पाएगी. Okay. Wonderful. Now we will do something in the past, present tense. We've done the past, future. Now you will, again, this is just in case if you want to check your answers, you can do so. Let's do this one. And this is she is unable to work. वह काम नहीं कर पाती है. And this is just like how you will conjugate the indefinite sentences. मैं चलता हूँ, मैं सोचता हूँ, मैं बोलता हूँ. But in this case, it's basically you will use the base stem of the main verb and you use the Paana in the present indefinite. कर पाना becomes कर पाता, कर पाती और कर पाते. Okay? Vlad, I want you to read the first one.
Okay. बीमारी के कारण वो सो नहीं पाती है. है ना?
Next one also.
बीमारी के कारण वो क्लास नहीं जा पाती है.
Tell me from your understanding, where will you come across these kind of sentences?
Come again, please.
In which settings you will come across these sentences?
Which settings? Like if I will explain to someone something.
If you are what?
If I give explanation, if I explain.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else would like to try? Where will you come up?
Could it be used in poetry and song lyrics and
Yeah,
like that?
it could be like a narration is going on, like a narrator is talking and introducing some characters. You know, ye John hai. Okay, let's say in John's conditions are being described. John is, let's say, a patient. Okay, and they want to say something magical that turn around basically. Like John जो है वो चल नहीं पाता है. Okay, or John सोच नहीं पाता है. But something magical happened. I'm just making up a scenario, right? Where will you come across these kind of situation? Let's just finish it and then I'm going to take the question. So, someone, let's say, Marwaji, you want to try this one? The next two? She's unable to walk and
ओके बीमारी के कारण वह चल नहीं पाएगी सॉरी चल नहीं पाती
है, okay?
चल नहीं पाती है ओके
Okay. Hai is optional, by the way. So if you want to skip it, that's totally fine. It's understood that, it's a negative sentence. So, the cases where you will not put the hai at the end. Next one also, Marwaji.
ओके is unable to study बीमारी के कारण वह पढ़ नहीं पाती है
Beautiful, beautiful. JDG, you finished the last two?
Oh, okay. The last one?
Yeah.
Bimari ke karan vaha kana paka pati hai. Nahi pati hai.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So, just to kind of wrap it up, I have the same paragraph that I showed you guys at the beginning of the class. Okay. Having learned this concept, I want you to read it again and tell me and be genuine about it if it makes more sense now. Okay. The same paragraph that you read. So I want you to read it again. Okay, we'll try to break it down. Malgoratsaji, I want you to read the first two sentences and also try to translate them.
कल वह समय पर बस नहीं पकड़ पाई.
Okay, bus is like your regular, the commuter one, the bus, BUS. Okay.
So I couldn't catch the bus, but
So
she couldn't catch the bus.
That's right. So exactly, this is. Let me share it again. So, what does it mean? Kal.
Like today, I don't know what kal is.
Kal is yesterday. And
Okay,
tomorrow
so
also,
yesterday.
right?
Okay, yeah. So she couldn't catch the bus today.
So kal is yesterday, right? So she couldn't catch the bus yesterday. And because it's samay par, it means on time. But you were still able to get it right completely. Even though you may not have heard of samay par. Samay par is on time. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. And how did you guess it's a feminine singular?
Because pai.
Pai, beautiful, good job. Next one also, finish it up.
आज वह अपना homework पूरा नहीं कर पाया. Yeah. Okay, so आज is today, right?
Yes.
So something about homework.
Pura karna is to complete.
Yeah, so he could not complete his homework.
That's right. Exactly right. Okay. Today he could not complete his homework. He couldn't finish his homework today. Okay. Wonderful. Sometimes it takes time, but don't doubt yourself, right? You're right on the right track basically. Nicole ji, I know this one is hard and you're probably first class, but I want to make sure you feel challenged. So do the next one. And you have to unmute yourself.
Kal ra'at so nahim paye.
Hum. Okay. So yeah, keep going.
Hum. Because I don't know. Ra'at.
It's okay. Raat is night. Kal is yesterday.
Yesterday night, last night, is it to hear, to speak? I don't know. So.
Sona is to sleep.
Oh, I couldn't sleep?
Hum is we.
Me?
Yes.
I couldn't sleep last night.
So when you say hum, when you say I, it's main.
Okay.
When you have hum, it's
we.
That's right. So
okay.
It could be
right. Okay. We couldn't sleep last night.
Beautiful. We couldn't sleep last night. Let's do one more. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Pichle because Pichle hafte bache
is kids.
Oh, bache. Okay. TV dek nahin paye.
Beautiful.
Pichle hafte.
Pichle hafte, it's hard. It's last week.
Oh, last week. Okay, last week the kids watch TV? Couldn't watch TV?
That's right. Okay. The kids were unable to watch TV or couldn't watch TV. It could be because there was no electricity. It could be any other reason. Yeah, wonderful. Great job. Okay. I know this is almost like an intermediate level topic, and you were just
That's good.
put on spot.
I like challenges.
Yeah. All right. Bill, you're leaving for India soon, so last one is for you. Just to make sure how ready you are.
आज सुबह में चाय बना नहीं पाया. This morning, I couldn't make chai.
That's right. I couldn't make chai. Okay. It could be because the stove was not working. It could be anything else, right? Or you, right? So that's it for today. I know this was sort of like this is generally a hard topic basically, right? Because when you try to just theoretically try to explain internal versus external forces, it's challenging, and it doesn't make sense properly. That's why I took a slightly different approach of it's better you come up with your own conclusion with the help of sentences. So I do encourage you guys, like if this topic is still hard, if you were to go back to the beginning of the class, like I showed you these two sentences on both sides. So in case if you missed any of the first half of the class, it's very important that you really go back and see the reasoning behind the subject's inability, why they are not able to do something. Again, if you go back on the left hand side, it all has to do with something to do with the user, and this is outside their control, right? So this is sort of the main difference when you use sort of sakna as an auxiliary verb or pana as an auxiliary verb. Yeah. We are 10 minutes over, but I'm going to quickly see if we and Marwaji has just briefly shared the details about the Hindi University and the WhatsApp group as well as the Discord. So I definitely encourage you guys, if you're not part of the private WhatsApp group and the Discord, you can follow the link, and then you're able to converse with other enthusiastic Hindi